What's going on, everybody? It's your man Louie T here on a special Louie T Network exclusive live stream. Saturday, which is a rarity for me. And so I'm hopefully not interrupting your weekend. And you may not watch this when this was initially aired, but the real sole purpose of this is to bring awareness to this trip. I haven't really talked about it much because we were kind of working behind the scenes to dot all of our I's, cross all of our T's, make sure everything was legit before I really went, full bore in pushing this initiative in this trip. But now everything has been settled and we got everything ready to rock and roll. So now I'm ready to rock and roll, and I want to bring awareness to this. So you'll be seeing me talk about this quite a bit from here on out, moving forward, promoting this, trying to get you guys to join me. So many of you are like, oh man, Louie T, it'd be fun to hang out with you. Oh man, I'd love to get a drink with you. This is an opportunity to do all of that, right? All of the above. You want to kick it, you want to chop it up. Hell, we might be talking about a Super Bowl. We might be talking about an NFC championship game. We could be talking about a playoff win. We could be talking about a division win. We could be talking about all of the above, this summer, right? And we could be talking about the exciting future that lies ahead. This trip is in late June, so we will be on the precipice of training camp and whatever season, draft, free agency, off season that we've just had will be not too far in the distant, and we'll be really heading towards training camp in July. So there'll be a ton to talk about with this particular trip. But I also want this to serve as an opportunity for those of you who are interested in coming on this trip to ask any questions that you may have. If you don't have some of the information that you may need or you want, hopefully this video will provide that for you. And I will be referring people to this video if you've got questions, concerns, comments, whatever the case may be about this trip. I will be referring most of you back to this video in particular. And that's really another big part of why I wanted to do this, is because people have been asking me questions. And at the time, either I didn't have the answers or I wanted to, say, hey, we're going to just have all of the answers, hopefully, for you in one video, in one concentrated area, so that you didn't have to, ask me a question here or ask me a question there, or, ask me something over here or ask me on this video. If you have any questions, come to this video, and this will be the link, and I'll have the mods in certain instances. If I bring it up in a video or whatever the case may be, I'll have the mods, I'll have the link to this particular video, and I'll start having this link in the description of a lot of my videos moving forward, so that it's in conjunction and connected to the LTN exclusives trip to the DR. So this is a trip that I'm hoping we can have every single year. This is something that I want to become annual. I know this one was a little bit extreme in nature in terms of, going out of the country, but I wanted the first one to be big. I wanted it to be grandiose. I wanted this one to be one to remember, because there's nothing like your first. And so I want this one to be bigger. I won't say better, right? But to me, nothing's better than the first. If you win 7 championships, they're all great and you cherish all of them, but there's nothing like your first. So this first trip, there's going to be things that I'll probably do with the people that come on this trip that I won't do on future trips. Like, for instance, I'm doing the oh man, I'm doing like a sit down session. I forgot what we're calling it, but I'm doing that with the people that come on the trip this year. And whether it's 5 of you, 15 of you, or all 50 of you, whatever the case may be, it's going to be an intimate session, and you can ask me anything, and I'll get into explicit detail, because I'm a private person. I don't really put a lot of, information out there. Because I don't trust people. I've told you guys this before, and if I haven't told you that before, I'm telling you now. I don't trust people, right? So this intimate gathering that we're going to have is going to be an opportunity for you to, kind of peel back a few of my layers, and I'm going to let my guard down. Because if you paid to come on this trip, I'm going to give you everything that you thought you were coming to get, and then some, right? We're gonna make this thing worth your while. And whomever you bring, whether you bring, your significant other, you bring, whoever you bring with you, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, whatever, we're gonna make sure you have a great time. And so this one's gonna be one for the record books. Like we talked about this with the Washington Walk-Off, aka the Bear Trap, aka Noah's Ark, how that was a new core memory unlocked, right? This is going to be another one of those that are going to be a core memory unlocked when we do this trip. We'll be talking about this one for a long time. So hopefully you'll be able to join me, right? And I'll have family members there. So again, you'll be able to say, hey, I actually met some of Louie T's family, right? Like it's going to be intimate. When I tell you this is going to be an intimate trip, you're going to probably stumble into some of my family members. And again, you'll be able to feel like, damn, feel like I know Louie T. You probably will be able to say you kind of know me a little bit now, having been on this trip. You know what I mean? So it's going to be fun. So hopefully you're able to join. But let's get into it. If you got any questions, you don't have to super chat. If you have a question, simply use the hashtag LouieTLive if you have a comment, and I will get to your comment. Obviously, if it's pertaining to the trip, right? We're not here to talk shop. We got all day tomorrow and into the future to do that. Specifically want to talk about this trip. If you got any questions about this trip, fire away. All right, fire away. And I'll peruse the comment section and check to make sure. And if not, then we'll move on. So let's get to the proceedings this evening. I've got a whole notebook full of things that I have to talk about, and we'll use this slide. And I think I've done this with you guys before, but it's been updated, and things have been put into its proper place now, so we can go through this step by step. So obviously, the location of this trip is the Dominican Republic. We will be going to a resort. It is located in Punta Cana. So we are going on a trip to a resort in the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. Hard Rock Cafe is the name of the resort. It's all inclusive. Just so we're clear, don't try to show up at the Hard Rock Cafe in Punta Cana at the same dates that we're going to be there and try to be a part of the party if you're not a part of this particular party, okay? Just so we're clear, all right? The dates are June 26th through the 30th, all right, 2025. So this coming June, all right, so what are we in the 11th month? June is the 6th month, so roughly 8 months away right now, roughly. So plenty of time to still register, be able to make payments that are reasonable, and stay on schedule. You got plenty of time still. But the longer you wait, the less time you have to spread out the payments, and you don't want this thing to just get on top of you, right? It'll be June before you know it. I always tell myself, oh, it's a while. My wife is really big on, hey, it'll be here before you know it. I'm more of a, hey, that's a while away. And she's like, no, it'll be here before you know it. And she's right. It'll be here before you know it. So June 26th through the 30th, 2025 is the dates for the trip. Registration is $295 per person, but we have a holiday special going on right now, and I'm going to share that with you. So I'm a big holiday guy. It's my favorite time of the year. I talk about it all the time. And so just holiday special off the top, $50 knocked off of the registration. So the registration for the next 2 months, essentially, because the holiday special is through December 31st, 2024. All right. So as soon as we hit that new year, January 1st, 2025, holiday special gone. Okay. So holiday special from now all the way up until December 31st, 2024, $50 off of the registration for everyone. All right. Anyone that wants to register for the trip, keep in mind, as you see below it, the registration fee is non-refundable. Once you pay that, it is gone. So make sure that this is what you want to do. That said, if you are a member of the mob, I've got more savings for you. Okay. I've got more savings for you. And we'll do that by tiers. All right. So if you're a member of the bronze tier of the mob, I've got additional savings for you in that regard. If you're a member of the mob in silver form, I've got an additional savings on top of the $50 that's already knocked off of the registration fee. You will get an additional mob squad silver registration fee special. And then if you're a gold member of the mob, in addition to the $50 on the holiday special, you will get an additional percentage off from a gold mob membership standpoint. So looking out for the mob as well. You guys have been so good to me, and I value every single member of the mob. So I'm going to make sure that I kick that back in your direction. So the registration is $295, but we've got a holiday special going on right now from now, which is the beginning of November, all the way until the end of the year. We've got a holiday special knocking off $50 off of the registration. So it's going to be $245. Okay. And if you're a member of the mob, you'll get that $50 off plus an additional savings because of your loyalty and you being a member of the MOBB. So once you register, or once, if you're a mob member, I'm going to put out a community tab. All right, so go to the community tab. If you're a mob member and you're going to register for this trip, please hit the community tab so that you can see the special code that goes with your membership, okay? If you're a bronze member, there will be a bronze member code on the community wall for you, okay? That no one else will be able to see but bronze members. Same for silver, right? If you're a silver member, right? Well, the bronze, silver, and gold members, if you're a bronze member, you'll see the code. Silver and gold members will see it as well. But if you're a silver member, you don't want to use the bronze code. You want to use the silver code, right? So there will be a code for you on the community wall if you are a member of the mob. And whatever level you're at, there will be a code corresponding to your membership. Use that code. Obviously, bronze members won't have access to the silver code. Silver members won't have access to the gold code. Gold members will have access to all three of the codes, but why would you want to use anything but the gold code, right? So keep that in mind. So we have a holiday special going on right now. Take full advantage of that for the rest of this year. Trip activities. So we're going to be doing a ton of stuff, and we'll get into that. But so we got a lot going on, and we're going to go zip lining. We've got bowling, and I've got my shoes ready. I've got my ball with me. I'm ready to go. I got to get some more reps in. I called my uncle. I told him, hey, look, man, we got to hit the alley a couple of times before this thing kicks off, because I can't be out here looking like, some simpleton. I used to be nice. Like my high, I'm not bragging because I'm not nice anymore. My high when I used to go on a regular was 243, right? So I fancy myself as a guy that used to be able to bowl. I got to get my life together, get back on them lanes so I can be ready. So whomever thinks they want some of this, smoke will get smoked on this trip. But again, we're going to bowl. We're going to do laser tag. I haven't laser tagged in forever. That's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't laser tagged probably since I was a teenager. But I'm looking forward to lighting somebody up. All right. So that's going to be a lot of fun there as well. And we'll have various activities. We'll get to some of that stuff. I got, like I said, a number of things I want to discuss with you guys. And so I'll come back around to that. But a number of things, including the convo with Louie T. I talked about that kind of being an intimate thing that we'll only do. I'm not doing this any other year on any of these trips that we do. I'm not doing that anymore. This is a one-time thing. So either you get it this year or you don't, right? Airfare. You can either book your own, which is perfectly fine. If you think you can find lower rates and you want to do it your way, knock yourself out. More power to you. Or you can use our travel agent. They can take care of everything for you, and all you got to do is show up and do that. So you have options there in terms of airfare. Ground transportation included in the trip to and from the airport once you arrive in the Dominican Republic. So you get to the DR. I've been out of the country before, and it can be a hassle when you go to a foreign country that speaks a different language. Um, you can. Oh, okay. I'll adjust that. Thank you. Um, uh, I've been in countries before where they don't speak the language that I speak, which is I'm in your country. I need to acquiesce, right? So um, it can be tough navigating, from a travel standpoint. They know a foreigner when they see one, they can smell one getting off the plane, and they'll hassle you and they'll try to get you to get all kinds of transportation, this, that, and the third. The best way to avoid all of that is to have transportation already. We got you covered. All right. You get off that plane, there will be someone there waiting for you to make sure that you get into a vehicle that's going to take you to the resort that you're supposed to be at. And you don't have to worry about any of that. Okay. So they'll take you from the airport to the resort. And then once our stay is done at the Hard Rock Cafe, they will take you from the resort back to the airport so you can get on your flight and be on your merry way. Room deposit. So this is not the actual deposit. I have the wrong number here. It's actually $140 per person. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That goes towards the trip. So it's $140 per person. And deposits are non-refundable, as you see below, but it does go towards your trip. So keep that in mind. Um, Trip is limited to 50 spots only. We've had that discussion before. So first come, first serve, obviously. And the trip does not have to be paid in full until May 12th of 2025. Now, here is something else to keep in mind. You don't have to pay in full until May 12th, 2025. You can still register up until April 27th. The last day to be a part of this fund is April 27th. But keep in mind, the later you wait to register for the trip, the more you have to pay quickly to get to where, like, if you register, let's say you register April 15th. That's cool, but you have to pay in full by May 12th. You have essentially a month to pay the entirety of the trip. Now, if you got it like that, it's all good, right? Like, if you waiting on that income tax check to come and you're going to drop a little bit of it on this trip, that's fine by me. I'm just making sure that you're aware that the best way to go about this, take advantage of this holiday special, right? And then spread out the payments over time. So it's not as big of a burden and it's not as big of a chunk coming out all at once. So just be mindful of that, right? Just be mindful of that. But anyhow, let's go through some more particulars here that I have written down in my notebook so that I don't miss anything. I want to make sure that anything that you might think of as a question might be answered here in some of the things I have written down. So let's go through some of this stuff. And then I'll get to the comment section. I see that my lovely assistant is in the comment section right now, helping with some of the any questions that you may have in the comment section. So some of that might be already being answered as we speak. But first thing up, the earlier you book, the more money you save. And that I'm not exaggerating here. The trip from a financial standpoint, as you would imagine, and just think of it in this context, the later you wait to book a flight, the more the flight is going to cost you, right? The later you wait to book a trip, whether it's a cruise or you're trying to go somewhere on vacation with your family, the closer you get to the actual date that you're trying to travel, the more expensive it becomes. That's just the nature of the beast, right? The further out you book, the more money you save. These prices fluctuate. You don't know what is going to happen 3 months from now. Oil prices could soar, right? Which could send gas prices through the roof, which could then change the entirety of this trip in terms of how much it costs. But if you're already locked into a price, guess what? That's what you're paying. So the earlier you book, the more money you save. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And I think most of you get that concept. Also, remember that if you're going out of the country, you need a passport. Don't forget that, right? Room rates are starting at $999 per person. It also comes with a special feature. Like right now, for instance, if you were to book, your room would come with a $100 spa or golf credit, okay, that you can use on the resort. But that's subject to change. You book that now, and that's what you would receive, $100 spa or golf credit. Now, you book, say, a month and a half from now, and it could be a credit towards something else, or it could be some kind of other gift that they're giving away with the booking of the room. So that's subject to change based on when you book. But room rates right now are starting at $999. I can't guarantee you that's where it will be a month and a half from now, right? So again, keep that in mind. Room types are on the registration form, so you'll be able, when you go onto the site to check out the registration form, you'll be able to access what types of rooms exist and which one may be the best for you and whomever you may be bringing with you. If you're coming with someone else, you'll be able to kind of figure out which room suits you best. It's all inclusive, and I don't know if some of you have traveled all inclusive wise before. It's the best way to travel, if you ask me. I'm a big all-inclusive guy because I don't want to be paying for a la carte, right? I don't want to be paying for this and that and this and that. I'm already doing all of this to get here and stay here. I want everything included, right? So all-inclusive, it covers food, drinks, adult beverages, right? Not everybody drinks adult beverages, but whatever other drinks you would like to have, that's all covered as well. Transportation to and from the airport once you're in the DR, and also, really underrated factor, travel insurance, okay? Just in case things happen, life happens, right? You may not be able to go. Travel insurance also, right? So that's something else to keep in mind. Flights, talked about that briefly already. Want to reiterate this. You have the ability to book through our travel agent or on your own. However, that is not included, right? You have to make that decision on your own, whether you want to book it yourself or go through the travel agent. But you finding a way to get to the DR, that's your responsibility, right? Registration fee and deposits are separate. Those are two separate entities. Each are on a per person basis. So if you're coming along with two other people, each person has to pay the deposit and the registration fee, okay? The registration fee is paid through the Jot form link that is in the description of this video, probably in the comment section of this chat as well. So keep that in mind. Once the registration is paid, you can then set up a meeting with the travel agent. Okay. And once you do that through the travel agent, you'll be able to pay your deposit, select your room type. And if you want to book travel through the travel agent, we will be able to do it at that time as well. I've already talked about this, but I'll just reiterate this. With the registration fee, we got our holiday special going on, $50 off. If you're a member of the mob, on top of that $50 off, you will receive an additional savings, whether you're a member of the mob in a bronze standing, silver, or gold. You will receive an additional savings based off of your standings within the mob. Itinerary. So we'll be getting into a number of things on this trip. I don't want to give away everything that we're doing because some of it, surprise, right? But we'll be zip lining. That's something that we'll do. I love zip lining. It's something I've done before. It's fun. I love it. We'll do that again. Bowling is something that we'll do. I quite enjoy bowling. Haven't done it as much as I would like to, but I told you guys I'm a competitive beast, right? I have a competitive problem, like Michael Jordan, right? Now I don't use gambling as an outlet. I don't have money to waste, but I love to compete. And you guys see that if you're a part of the LTN exclusives, then you already see I love to compete. So bowling, it will be fun, but I will be talking trash and I will be looking to gut you, right? I will be looking to be victorious. Um, same thing with laser tag. We're gonna be laser tagging. I'm looking to have a good time, but I'm also looking to shoot whoever is not on my team. Period. Right. We'll have swag bags and other surprises on this trip. And we just going, honestly, we're gonna kick it and we're gonna have a good time. Knock back a few drinks, have a little fun, shoot the shit, you know, huh, right? We're gonna do all of those things. So um looking forward to that. Once again, I've already said this. Want to reiterate this. Only 50 spots are available, and 50 will fill up fast. You'd be surprised. So um, be sure to register as soon as possible to reserve your spot in particular. And I said this earlier, but I'll say it once again. The last day to be a part of the fun is April 27th. That is the last day that you can register for the trip. That's the last day to reserve your spot. All right. If it's not already closed off by then because all 50 spots have been reserved. But, we will see. But just understand that April 27th is the last day to register for the trip. And then the trip needs to be paid off in full by May the 12th. All right. Because we are going in June, late June, June 26th to be exact. So want to make sure everybody's trip is paid for in full a month in advance so we can get all the particulars, know who all is going, get all the particulars out of the way. We don't want to be on some last minute stuff, scrambling around, trying to figure out what's what. Give yourself 30 days to, know what's going on, and then we can go from there. So I think most of the questions have already been answered in the comment section of the video. But I do have a new member, Tigerus. Stand up. You are the newest member of the MOBB. So glad to have you on board, Mob. You know what to do. Show Tigerus some love. Welcome Tigerus with open arms. And welcome to the squad, Tigerus. All right. Let's see. All right. So I don't really see anything here for me. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, Tigerus, who writes, "What up, Lou? Much love and respect to you. Likewise, Tigerus. Thank you for the support. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I look forward to chopping it up with you tomorrow and hopefully on this trip." But I wasn't here to hold you up, hold you hostage on your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And we will reconvene post Giants game and Sunday night football, all of that good stuff tomorrow. Enjoy the college football. Enjoy whatever it is you're partaking in, NBA, whatever. And I will see you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section of this video, and we will definitely get back to you and respond. If you want to hit me up via email, LouieTeeNetwork@gmail.com is the way to do that. Plenty of ways to get a hold of me. If you have any questions regarding this trip, I will be so glad to answer them and help you out. Want to see as many of you as possible on this trip, and I hope that you guys are able to attend because we're going to have a blast. And I want you to be a part of it. But that's going to do it for me, your man, Louie T. Until next time, you guys have a good one. Enjoy. Take care.